All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Blair Miller, news anchor for at 6 and 11 here for Atlanta News First. It's good to have you here on board tonight. We will get to the forecast here shortly with meteorologist Patrick Pete, who is tracking some changes that are coming. I know it's been just awesome out there today. So many people are really soaking it in. I know I had field day with my kids this morning at their elementary school, and it was just perfect out there for that. So many outdoor activities happening this week. But unfortunately, some changes coming. We'll touch base with meteorologist Patrick Pete here shortly and talk about those changes and break down what you can expect to be happening here over the next couple of days, because we do have some first alert in the first alert weather forecast. So, but a big story here in our newsroom tonight, and one that we're still kind of fleshing out here, is a former Atlanta police officer now facing charges of murder. This has been unfolding since late last night. Apparently, he's suspected of killing his Lyft driver. This happening in Union City, according to investigators. And we sent our Adam Murphy there today to look deeper into this and find out what's happened with this. Here's some of what he found. That was Adam Murphy with that report, and a lot of people looking into that now. Investigators still investigating that situation, and I know it's something that we'll be following over the next coming days as to what led up to all this and how this plays out in court. Now I want to turn to really what's been, I think, my favorite story of the day and something that has stood out here. And so many kids getting ready to graduate from high school, but there's a Georgia high school student who has a very bright future ahead of her. I want you to meet this teen who is making history tonight. Who you're about to see here, this is a senior at Liberty County High School in Hinesville. Her name is Madison Crowell. She was just accepted to 231 schools and awarded nearly $15 million in scholarships. Maybe in that clip there, you saw all those offers laid out for her. 231. And we talk about the scholarships, that $15 million is all of them combined. She is a star student, obviously. She already knows where she's going in the fall. She's headed to High Point University in North Carolina, and her family is saying they can't wait to see what she will do next. You know, Madison says she plans to become a doctor of physical therapy, has some serious goals out there, and this is her speaking there at her school. But the bigger story to all this is that she's hoping that her accomplishment here inspires other students from low-income backgrounds to dream big. And certainly she is an inspiration to so many people. Again, her name is Madison Crowell. She's a senior at Liberty County High School in Hinesville. Congrats to her and good luck at High Point University in North Carolina next year. As we talk about graduations, turning now to Morehouse College, because there are some new efforts to ease the tensions there. And maybe you've heard that President Biden is going to be here in town this week, and he's scheduled to give the commencement speech there at Morehouse College. But some of the students there are outraged over him speaking there because of everything we've been talking about that's happening on college campuses. Officials of the White House, though, are now addressing some of those concerns over potential protests we may see this weekend. We had our Rachel Aragon out there today at Morehouse College talking with students and people, getting a sense of what they think should happen. Here's a little bit of what she found. That report from Rachel Aragon, who's been looking at, how the stage is set for what may happen at Morehouse College. When the president shows up there this weekend, we will certainly have team coverage on that for you as we lead up to that and be out there on campus as that speech is underway and as the president comes to town. We were talking about the weather here earlier and how nice it has been outside today. So many people are really kind of trying to soak it in, but unfortunately some changes are coming, and I want to bring in meteorologist Patrick Pete, who obviously is tracking some changes that are coming, and this could be significant for us to kind of deal with.
Absolutely.
Patrick, how close are you watching this at this point?
Very close, and I'm watching it right now on my phone on the First Alert Weather app because, that's what I do sometimes. It's a nice little tool to have in your hand. You can keep up with not only the current radar, but you can look at cloud cover, and you can look at your hour-by-hour forecast. And I'm actually looking at the futurecast right now, too. So getting all that stuff together. We'll bring you that live update coming up in just a second.
Switch it over and show how beautiful it is outside. I know here in our newsroom we have some windows, and sometimes we have to remind ourselves to walk outside and kind of soak it in to get a sense of really how nice it is and what the real feel is out there, because it really is. I was telling people earlier, it was my kid's field day at school this morning, and it was perfect. They were really worried about storms coming in for it, but we didn't have any of that, and so, yeah. Take this in, soak this in.
Isn't it
That's
beautiful?
pretty nice, isn't it?
It is. It's
When do those changes happen?
Unfortunately, they're going to start tomorrow. We'll see a few showers coming to the area tomorrow morning. I think the rain tomorrow, earlier in the day, is going to be very light, not too impactful. On its own, it would not be anything to really to dial up because it's going to be very, very low impact. Some light showers when folks are out on the roadways may slow you down a little bit, but it should not do you much in the way of damage. Good evening, everybody that's joining us at home, and hello to everyone that is on our YouTube stream. Good evening. Hopefully you're having a fantastic evening. The weather forecast, we are talking about a couple of First Alert weather days coming down the pipeline as we head into the day tomorrow. That will be the first of 2 First Alert weather days. Some rain. There is a chance of a couple of thunderstorms right now. That chance of storms looks to remain mainly to the south of Atlanta, but I think folks out in Troup, Meriwether County, Pike, Lamar, Upson counties, you could get a rumble or two, maybe even get a strong, severe thunderstorm in the afternoon. But other than that, I think the rest of us are just going to be dealing with run-of-the-mill light rain and stuff that shouldn't be terribly impactful. But our whole goal is to help you plan, tell you what we see so that you will know before you go. And we can switch real quick. There we go. Good evening. I'm sorry I disappeared for a couple of minutes, but we're back in business. First Alert weather day for rain and thunderstorms Friday, and then another round on Saturday. And unfortunately, even the forecast for Sunday has trended a little bit wetter, so we've bumped that rain chance up just a little bit, although we do think that the best rain chance on Sunday will be in East Georgia, so mainly east of the city. But something that, people need to know so that they can plan their weekend. The numbers are not bad outside right now. We're sitting at 81 degrees here in Atlanta. Nice breeze out of the north-northwest. If you're sitting inside and you're watching me on your phone or your iPad or your tablet, maybe go outside for a couple of hours. It's going to feel amazing over the course of the next few hours. Those numbers will eventually dip into the lower 70s as we get closer to 10, 11 o'clock, and we'll dip into the 60s through the early morning. So very mild to start the day. We're talking about morning temperature near 65 degrees here in Atlanta, 64 in Athens, 63 out in Covington, a little bit cooler in the North Georgia mountains, but really a gorgeous overnight forecast. Heading into the day tomorrow, there is a level 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe thunderstorms. Some good news here is that if you joined us this morning, most of us were in this level 1, but the National Weather Service, the Storm Prediction Center, essentially seeing some of the same stuff that we've been seeing, and just seeing that the bulk of this energy looks to remain mainly to the south of us. It's the same system that's moving out of Louisiana and Texas right now, bringing all of those severe storm warnings out. If you go to Twitter and you look up Houston weather, you'll see some crazy videos of some of what's going on out there. That system will make its way our way, and it's going to lose a little bit of its luster, but it's also going to keep the strongest part of it to the south of us. The most energetic of the storms will be in South Georgia. But folks that are in these counties that are highlighted here could see an isolated severe thunderstorm, damaging wind, hail, and even a low-end risk for a brief tornado, not completely out of the question. Here's a look at how the day unfolds. You see light green here. This is just light rain. This is just nuisance. This is just, slowing people down a little bit on Friday when they're trying to get to work a little bit faster, but nothing in the sense of thunder, no lightning, no heavy rain. this should be a breeze. We are going to keep scattered showers around as we head into the afternoon, but it's still looking mainly showery and lighter in nature. If you go to the mountains, you'll see maybe we'll get a little bit higher rainfall rates in some places because of orographic impacts or because of the mountains themselves. But other than that, still just dealing with scattered showers earlier in the day. The bulk of the actual energy doesn't arrive until later on in the evening. So the potential for there to be some thunderstorms doesn't really start to become part of the conversation until after folks are home from work. And I'm looking mainly south of I-20. That's where the bulk of the energy will be, and that's where we could see a rogue thunderstorm or two. We'll be tracking that through the overnight hours, but not expecting a major production out of this. Although if you do have plans to be out in the streets tomorrow night and you're getting home at 1 or 2 o'clock, don't be surprised if you're getting wet on the way in. So just plan and dress accordingly. Don't say I didn't give you the heads up. So hour-by-hour forecast for tomorrow shows temperatures are going to be a little bit cooler than they were today. We spent the bulk of the day in the low to mid-80s. It's going to be low to mid-70s tomorrow, so about 10 degrees cooler area-wide, starting in the upper 60s, but only climbing into the mid-70s as we push into the afternoon. 75 is about where most of us will top out. And as we head towards Saturday, there is a level 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe thunderstorms. And this looks like the best day for there to be some thunderstorms in the sense of lightning and heavy rain. But the risk for anything stronger than that is going to be on the lower end. Could see some gusty winds out of one of these rogue thunderstorms. Here's how we get through your Saturday. So I think that we're pretty dry in the morning. Cloudy skies, a little damp out there, but nothing in the way of like slowing down the roads or slicking up the roads at 7 a.m. Maybe a stray sprinkle here or there, a little drizzle. But our best chance for scattered showers and rumbles of thunderstorm comes into play about, I'd say, mid-afternoon, roughly 3, 4, 5 o'clock. You can see this line of scattered showers and storms starting to develop along the I-20 corridor as we push into the afternoon. That's what's prompting this first alert weather day. It'll sink further south as we head into the evening. This is all associated with the low that'll be pulling off towards the north and east. And as it does, I think that will dry out for a little bit overnight Saturday into the start of your Sunday, but some wraparound moisture likely present on Sunday, and that's what's prompting that rain chance Sunday. You can see that the green that you see on this map mainly east of the city, so that's where we'll see the best chance of seeing some of those spotty showers. So for now, don't completely give up on your Sunday plans. Just know that there's going to be some wraparound moisture, and you could get caught up in it on Sunday. It's definitely not first alert worthy, but it's just kind of like, yay, Sunday, light rain. 7-day forecast shows that once we get past this bumpy stretch the next couple of days, we'll gradually start to see things improve through the day on Sunday, and then Monday we'll finally be rid of this rain and this thunderstorm cycle. We'll see some sunshine. Temperatures are going to return back to 80 degrees. Gorgeous as we head into the middle of the week. Low-end chance for a spotty shower on Wednesday, maybe a stray rumble, but not looking like a big production there. And then we're back to being dry with warming temperatures as we head towards Thursday. Looking beyond that, day 8, day 9, day 10, it does look like we'll see those numbers continue to warm. We don't do a 10-day forecast on air because it's a lot of numbers and we don't want to bombard you. But if you are a weather enthusiast and you're curious, you can always go to that First Alert Weather app that I was telling you about. There's a day 8, day 9, day 10 forecast for you in your zip code. So I always say that I'm going to keep you for a good time, not a long time. And we are going to stay true to that on this good Thursday night. So I'm going to leave you guys with the 7-day forecast one more time. And meteorologist Fred Campagna will be manning the fort tonight for you at Peachtree TV at 10. And he'll have that final look at your forecast at 11 on Atlanta News First. Make it a good Thursday.